A little bit more serious thing today. Um, no, you barely know me. I swear I'm gonna be making more videos about, like, actually me and not just blabbering pointlessly about God only knows what. But one thing that's pretty important about me um, is that I have depression. Um, and it's hard for a lot of people to believe. I mean, people who don't really know me. They meet me and I'm like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And they think, okay, she's fine. Then I say, my depression got really bad the other day, or my depression, da, 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 because you're not feeling depressed. You are feeling depressed. You're not, it's, mm, they don't believe me. And the thing is, depression doesn't mean you're sad all the time. Sometimes it means you can't feel anything. You get completely apathetic and you don't care, or everything just moves too slow. Depression can cause anger, um, can cause changes in personality. It's it's not just she's sad. It's never just she's sad. It's today she can't get out of bed. It's she doesn't want to eat. She doesn't want to sleep. It's she hasn't talked to anyone all day long, and anytime someone tries to talk to her, she brushes them off. Depression is not what it seems, and depression is hard to combat. And there's a lot of medication you can take for depression. And you see all these weird ads and stuff, and it's like, this may cause side effects may include and one of the side effects to taking this antidepressant is it may result in death. And what happens is a lot of time depression drains energy. It kind of takes everything you have out, and then um, you're you feel bad. It's not fun. Um, and for a lot of people with depression, it can lead to suicidal thoughts. Um, and what these antidepressants do is they give you energy. So theoretically, they're working, and you have the energy you need to get through the day and do this and that. But at the same time, whenever you're depressed and you're out of energy and you have those suicidal thoughts, you're not always going to act on them because you don't have the energy to, or you don't have the conviction to. You take these medications that give you energy, and suddenly you have the energy to follow through with these suicidal thoughts that you've been having. And this doesn't apply to everyone, but it is a possible side effect, and that's why they warn you about it. And it's a constant struggle. Uh, I didn't post a video yesterday because since like for 36 hours straight, my depression got really, really bad. Um, and it isn't like a constant thing. I mean, if you have depression, you are always depressed on some level. It's always something. If you have depression, you know what I mean. Um, like personally with me, it's everything is always kind of it could be better. Like there's always this little voice inside of me going, it could be better. It could be more. It could be everything. It could be more. It could be better. So I'm constantly displeased with what I'm doing, you know, and I want it to be the best it can be for me or for other people, for everything. It's just I'm never content with what's going on. I know it could be better, or I think it could be better. So I always try to make it more fun, more intense, more interesting, more, because I am discontent. When my depression gets a little worse, that's like on a daily basis, so that's like a one. When it gets to a 2, I'm a little more moody. Um, my mood swings get stronger, and that happens pretty often too. I'm either really angry or really happy or really quiet, and there's no way. 3 is a kind of 3 is kind of I want to be around people. I don't want to be alone. I want to have people around me at all times so that I can feed on their positive energy, so I can be around them and feel happy, and I can bring myself down off of it. 4 and 5 are kind of, I need people, like, constantly. I can't be alone, because if I am alone, I get sucked into my own head, and I get lost in thoughts about, you know, stories or different worlds or dreams and labyrinths of thoughts and memories that I don't even remember most of the time. You know, I need to be around people, or I need to be engaged. I need to be in class. I need to be reading a book. I need to be watching a YouTube video. I need to be surfing the internet. I need to be going through Instagram. I need to be doing something. I need to be engaged in the real world so I don't get lost in my own head. And it happens, and I just zone out for hours. Um, six, 6 and 7 are it's kind of what I had yesterday. Was I didn't I didn't I I was running out of energy. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to experience anything. My thoughts were turning negative. Everything, it was too much. I was overloaded, and I just stopped caring. I went completely apathetic. I failed to take notes in one of my classes. I didn't really want to talk to anyone. I was mechanically doing a repetitive motion to try and keep myself conscious and engaged. I like ripping paper through the entire class, just this little piece of paper that I was ripping into little pieces of confetti the entire class. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just put on music and I listened to it. And it happens more often than a lot of people think. Just because I disengage myself, I make excuses, I hide, I go away and I sleep, or I zone out, or I read. I I disengage myself from other people when I get to that place, because when I'm apathetic, not only do I not care what happens to me, I don't care what happens to other people. And that's on an emotional basis as well. I get to this point where if I hurt someone's feelings, I don't feel bad about it. Or if someone hurts my feelings, I don't care because I can't feel it. Sensation is off, colors aren't as vivid as they should be, sounds aren't as clear as they should be. Everything is just off. And that's just where I stay until it's gone. And being around people doesn't help. I've progressed from the point where I need to be around other people to make myself feel better to where I have to be alone so I don't hurt other people, so I can make myself feel better. 9 and 10 are suicidal thoughts. 9 is suicidal thoughts, 10 is suicidal actions. Obviously, I'm still here, so. But it comes up in different ways. I'm clingy, I'm moody, I'm sad, I'm quiet, I'm loud. It happens in different ways. And it's not like a progression suddenly. It could be like it's a roll of the dice, and suddenly it's a 5, and then later it's a 2, and then the next day it's an 8. It's I have no control. It's an illness. It's a mental illness. And I do what I can. I know what I need. The fact that I know all of these different stages of my depression says a lot. Um, and I know what I need, and I get what I need. You know, if I need someone to hug me, I go find a friend and I say, "Can you just hug me? Can I have a hug? Can we hug? Is this okay?" And my friends who actually are my friends, they'll get it. Like, I have a friend who doesn't like really physical affection, but she can see when I'm upset, and if I'm upset and I ask for a hug, she'll give me a hug. And just the fact that she doesn't like touching, but she was willing to hug me, that makes me feel better. The fact that she cares about me, that makes me feel better, and that means more than the hug is in and of itself, really. Or I have another friend who, she's brilliant, and whenever I'm really upset, she's there, and she'll ask if I need anything. She'll offer to get me things if I need them. If there's food on the other side of the dorm that I need, then she'll offer to go get it for me. She'll just, she knows what I need and she gives me what I need. She finds out what I want by asking yes or no questions, which oftentimes are a lot easier than just a generic what do you want multiple choice, which, that's a thing. It's like whenever you're like overstimulated, or you're having a panic attack or an anxiety attack, or you're in the depths of depression, you can't you can't make decisions properly all the time for some people. And she gets that, and she helps me. I have another friend who helped me out a lot yesterday, and they immediately picked up on the fact that I was not myself, like beyond me being quirky and mood swingy. They picked up on it immediately, that I was not myself, and took steps to help me. And the only reason I feel as good as I am now, and the only reason I posted a video today, is because they helped me work through what I was going through yesterday. And honestly, that's the best thing for it for me. Like, even if I want to be alone and I don't want to be around people, to know that I still have that support. It's very important when you have depression to have a support network. It's very important when you have any mental illness that you have a support network. Just in general, it's good to have a support network, to have people there for you who understand you and understand your needs and want to be there for you, And it can't just be all about you. Maybe you're a part of someone else's network, and whenever they're down, you know exactly what they need and you will help them. And that's just, it's important to know you're not alone. And you're not. No one is alone going through this, even if we feel like we are. Depression sucks a lot, and it gets to you, and it changes things, and it changes you. And it doesn't really go away. Sometimes it'll seem like it's gone, and then it'll come back and it'll hit you hard. And it rears its head in a lot of different ways. It causes anxiety attacks, or, like I said, mood swings. It can make people angry for no reason, or sad, or ridiculously happy. It can set them off and make them go too fast. Because it's not like a cold. If you get a cold, then you sneeze and you cough, and I don't remember if you get a fever. We know the symptoms of it. It's very it's very specific. You get these three symptoms, and it lasts this long, and these are the best ways to deal with it. It's not like that with depression. It's never like that with depression. It's like it's like a Jackson Pollock painting. Everything is messy and disorganized, and there's a pattern in there if you look, and it's there and it's real and you can see it. And sometimes you can't see it. Some people can see it, some people can't, some people have it, some people don't. There are some people who don't believe that mental illness is a thing. And you know what? Fine. You believe what you want to believe, but as someone who's been suffering with depression since she was 11 years old, I'm right here.